I live right by the Dome.
Did he? Yeah, he came and talked twice. It's really interesting. I just learned about that. Yeah, he talked at he gave two sermons at one of the churches around here.
That's so cool.
And
You
then
can
he
tell
talked
me
at
though.
the high school.
I'll tell you
What
after.
kind of stickers do you have on your?
I like this one.
The gay
They're very
dolphin.
random.
We salute the gay dolphin.
There's $5 parking, dude. It was a steal.
So
It wasn't bad. Yeah.
An hour or?
Just a day.
A few days after.
Yeah, they would. No.
Are you guys?
Oh, I'm wondering.
Our soccer.
I wanted to, but I can't.
So do you have any athletes coming up? Like
after he left, that was something
And I
that
have an article
Morris
that
talked about. Like he,
put in today.
I have the stats real quick.
You need to mandate the soccer team that they have to come and participate on
Like he said that when he first got here,
I'm getting to you.
which I estimated to be around
Are you going?
990.
Yeah.
He could walk up
So you going to go for a ride?
and not see anything
are you
about
going?
colorful.
Yeah.
In fact, he gave statistics when he first got there. When he first came here, and this is the university, not the town.
So I could
Oh.
2% of our students here were international students, and only 3%.
Because I did the thing. I did the thing.
Now it is.
Wait, where was the event today? The Greater Mankato. Never mind, you probably were there. I saw. Where's Mr. Simon?
I had to go to class, otherwise I probably would have stayed.
Yeah.
I forgot to put. I forgot to put.
He also said something about
I forgot to put the password.
by the time he got here, 1% of Mankato's
Now
You might as well go.
and 16 different languages are spoken in District 77.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see after one.
Yeah, it's just really interesting because I just found out about that like yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I can't believe it.
Get off the stream.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine going to school here at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, hop off. They're good.
And then Christina was
Trent's literally hopping off of
Like those cold brew drinks. Those are good.
I know, and now I'm asking Matt if he wants to fucking split a 4-pack of the cold brew, like Starbucks cold brew.
I will try that.
I just don't do well with jitters. Yeah, he gets mad jitters. Yeah.
I actually know that.
he gets mad jitters.
That's what they call me. Mad jitters.
Hello and welcome everybody to the 93rd Student Government meeting for November 19, 2025. This meeting is being conducted in person in CSU 238. It's currently 4:04 p.m. and I call this meeting in order. We'll begin with our land recognition statement. Student government acknowledges that we live, work, and learn in the homeland of the Dakota people, whose language frames our institution's name, Minnesota State University, Mankato. We'll just begin with our roll call. Senator Hyber. Here. Senator Kabad. Senator Dietrich. Senator Morris. Senator Reyes. Senator Wynn.
Present.
Senator Anderson.
Here.
Senator Zelmer.
Present.
Senator Cummings.
Present.
Senator Ide.
Present.
Senator Hiluka.
Here.
Senator Isaac. Senator Knauer.
Present.
Senator Johnson. Senator Atkinson. Senator Stokes.
Here.
Senator Hillstead.
Present.
Senator Shawn. Senator Liu. Senator Frost.
Here.
Senator Wickersham. Senator Aubart. Senator Wynn. Vice President Kafley.
Here.
President Colleran. And Speaker Thapa. All right. It looks like Courtney. All right. After the roll call, are there any amendments or dissents to the consent agenda? All right. All those in favor of the consent agenda, please raise your placard. All those who don't agree. All right, seeing our consent agenda clearly passes. There are a few things that I'd like to say before we begin with our open forum. Today, as we all know, there is a kickball event happening today at 5 p.m. So we will more than likely try to get our meeting done before 5 p.m. and anything that is left after 5 p.m. will be tabled for the next event. I mean, for the next meeting. Also, everybody should be aware that 26th of November is, we don't have a meeting on that day, so we will be having any leftover things to be discussed on 3rd December. All right, thank you so much. Is there anybody here for open forum today? Anyone here for open forum? All right, seeing no one for open forum, I'd like to invite our Dean of the Day for today, William Coghill, who is the Dean of Global Education. Please give him a big round of applause.
Thanks, everybody. I think sometimes there's a mic here. I don't know if I need one, but anyway, since there's none, I'll just speak. So as Dikshan said, I'm the Dean of Global Education. My name is Will Coghill-Behrens, and I'm excited to be with you this week, especially because it's International Education Week. International Education Week is a week that's celebrated worldwide, and especially in the United States, as we think about all of the contributions that international education makes in higher education and K-12 education. It's not lost on us that this is a difficult and unique moment in the work that we do, and we appreciate the ways in which you as a body regularly show up for us and for our students. I know I see many familiar faces, not only from the chili cook-off today. I know you voted for chili number 3, but also this past Sunday at our International Festival, which was, according to many accounts, the biggest festival that we've hosted here on campus since its return to campus. And so I, for one, was extremely pleased, so relieved, and so excited at the number of international students themselves who showed up. Given the news these days about ICE, about detainments, about apprehensions, etc., it's no surprise that international students might feel unsafe in spaces where there are lots of others who share their identities. And so that so many students showed up and showed out really speaks, I think, to the way in which this campus has worked so hard to create a welcoming environment and a welcoming space. We need your help to continue to do that. You know, education in this moment, we talk about our work in global education, but really what education at this moment isn't global, right? What discipline doesn't have footprints in and around the world? And so we know the value that students get from coming here to be with us and learn with us, but also the value that students take away with them when they travel out into the world on one of our many programs, faculty-led programs, provider programs, or exchange programs abroad. So please know that we offer lots and lots of opportunities for students. Part of International Education Week includes a workshop that happened today about the Fulbright Student Program. I don't know if anybody had a chance to attend that program, but we have a student program faculty liaison here on campus. His name is Tim Smith, and he works in the honors program. The Fulbright Student Program is a really excellent opportunity for graduating seniors to travel the world and experience a bit of a gap year, maybe before they land a full-time job in their discipline or move into grad school. There are lots of student programs, including probably the most popular English Teaching Assistant Program, which is a program that's hosted all over the world on all continents. So this week we also have the Dining Center, as you may know, is featuring an international menu all week. So if you ever are feeling hungry and curious about what some international foods are, please be sure to check out the Dining Center menu this week. There are just a few more events, including some hosted by the KIC, an event tomorrow about comparative international education systems, hosted by our Center for English Language Programs, and Friday, a special geography colloquium focus on the water crisis in Asia and thus emergency for sort of the rest of us here in the world. We have lots of things happening in global education. There'll be delegations visiting this spring. We occasionally reach out to students to help us on those visits to provide our delegation members campus tour. It's really great when they get to hear from students directly about what makes this campus so special and what makes this campus tick. So thank you for your help and partnership as we seek to create those kinds of opportunities and really just spread the good work that is international education here at MSU. And I'll pause for any questions you might have.
Do we have any questions for our Dean of the Day? Yes, yes, Vice President Kapsu.
I just have a statement, not a question, like a comment. I really want to thank you, Will, and also the entire KIC office for everything that you guys do. As an international student who's been here for 3 years now, I think you guys are a home away from home, and from all the international students, I genuinely thank you so much for everything that you guys do. I know this year was not as easy as it was for us before. However, we always had your support, and we really appreciate that support. And we love the entire KIC as well. Thank you.
Yeah, well, Sneha, when we get the privilege of working with incredible students like you, even when the going gets tough and times are hard, it's a pretty easy gig because you guys are pretty awesome. And I think all of our domestic students and faculty and staff members who are here today would agree with me that you make our whole experience, our lives, and this entire community better. So we're really glad that you're here and continue to be in partnership with this work together. I think these moments in our lives really invite us to think about where our values are and where our beliefs are. And I think that as young people, you especially have a critical opportunity right now to really think about what it means for you to be a global citizen, and what it means for you as you shape the next few years of your education, et cetera. So I encourage you to, like Sneha said, to really lean into what this campus has to offer in terms of its international opportunities, and to really think about preparing yourself to be truly a global citizen in the future. So thanks.
Thank you so much. Do we have any other questions and comments? Yes, Senator Liu.
So you said that there'll be some point where people can give like campus tours. Will that be open for any of us to do, like if we are interested?
Yeah, if you're interested, I would ask if it's okay, Sneha and Andrew and Dikshan, if you can maybe collect some names of interested students or senators, campus representatives. That would be incredible. We often rely on the admissions team and the existing staff members that they have over there to do that, but I sort of like leaning outside of that a little bit and inviting more broader participation.
That sounds amazing. Yep. Thank you. For any of those who are interested, please DM our Vice President, and then we can get things started. Senator Hillstead.
For the campus tours, I'm a part of our student ambassadors here who does lead campus tours. I probably could reach out to Allison Allen, who's the supervisor for that, and see if we could get students there too that would be interested in that.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much to our Dean of the Day. Please give him a big round of applause, everybody. We now move forward with our officer report. First of all, President Colleran.
Ooh, okay, 15 minutes in, we're already here. That's fun. Okay, so I recognize the time. I want to make this a little short and sweet. So I just have 3 things on my agenda right now. So City University update. I had a meeting with the City of Mankato and also Bethany College student vice president. I want to say last Thursday. And we had some really good conversations on how the state affairs is for Bethany College and also the City of Mankato. And we had really good conversations on Monks Avenue, what progress that can be done to further our initiatives on it for possible city plans for 2026 and or 2027. And they also seemed very interested in other happenings that we're doing across our work. Like there's a lot of things we do affect the city, and it's honestly really good. Like there's a lot of interest and ideas focused around the off-campus survey off-campus housing survey, and also the tenant associations. So we're really seeing interest in that, and it's really good. Second thing, we have recently received a vacancy notice for our basic needs coordinator. It has been articulated in the consent agenda, and the cabinet has decided to appoint Emily Dietrich as interim basic needs coordinator. She was a coordinator last year, and she played a pivotal role in the committee, so we think it's a good decision. And for next semester, we'll still be having a new coordinator for it. So we'll be setting interviews. There's an application form, MapLife, they'll open up tomorrow, and the application form will be announced today and next Senate meeting, and the application will close on December 3rd, our next Senate meeting. And through there, we'll be doing interviews for the basic needs coordinator position. And then finally, for Students United, I did go to the board meeting for Students United on Monday, and we had a lot of conversations on what's happening between Emerson and Cato and also the other 6 universities across the Mid-State system, and also looking through our advocacy conference and what we could do with it. I had the privilege to share our fully funded tuition fees resolution, which was unanimously passed, and I've seen really good reception in it. I'm looking forward to see what kind of reception we get with other organizations like Lead MM, who I'll be contacting for this week and next week. I believe that's everything I have. I'm open for questions.
Any questions for President Colleran? All right, seeing none, we move forward with Vice President Kaflei's report.
Hi everyone. I'll try to keep my report short as well. First, meeting updates. We met with President Inch last week, and we talked about different ways we can improve the allocation model. We also talked about ways to improve our online programs. In the city and university meeting, we talked a lot about Monks Avenue, and they are showing positive response, like President Colleran here said. For the upcoming meeting, we have meeting with Vice President Morris, Vice President Gillespie, pre-meet and confer. And if you think there's an issue that is bothering certain group of students or students in general, please bring that out to either one of us before tomorrow, because we have pre-meet and confer tomorrow, and that is when we decide our agendas for meet and confer. And I have an update to give you guys regarding parking. So senators are allowed to park in the pay lot on Wednesdays and Fridays, starting at 2:30 p.m. until 6 p.m. free of charge. However, you must go on the app or use the kiosk and enter the code GOV and your vehicle information to start your sessions. If you do not do this, the parking enforcement officers who's charged will be enforcing parking and you will get a ticket for that. So make sure you follow that procedure, and if you have any questions, either reach out to us or David Cowan as well. A final update, we have reviewed all the dining contracts, and now we expect the companies to move more into the negotiation and all that fun parts and come for presentation. That is probably when we need more student input in there. So please, if anybody is interested, come and reach out to me, and I will try to take it forward. And if you guys are allowed to come in for all of those negotiations, I'd love to have you guys in there as well. Also, finals week is almost around the corner, and we are at a point of the semester where we barely get any sleep. So if you guys need anything, please don't hesitate to come to one of us. We are here to support you, be it with your Senate projects, be it with any of your courses that if any of us are taking and are good at it, we might help you with that, or you might help us with our courses as well. So if you need anything, please, our doors are always open for you. And like our speaker said, we do not have Senate next week, so happy Thanksgiving all of you, and we do expect turkeys in our office. The door will be open. And I'm open for questions.
Do you have any questions? Yes, Senator.
So when I went to go check if I had a ticket, because I forgot to enter the kiosk code, I actually re-input the kiosk code onto the kiosk and then put my information, and it said the code was invalid. And Megan just tried it on the Flowbird app, and she also found that the code is invalid. So the code is not working as of right now.
That is more of a David question. Do we have David here?
David question.
Technology, don't trust it. Yes, we will check. And you, of course, are the classic example of, no, that's enough.
I just don't want to get any more angry emails.
If in case anybody receives a ticket for today's parking, please forward that to David with an email copy, and then be like, hey, so I'm a senator. And then David will take care of it. Do we have any other questions for Vice President Kaflei? All right, seeing none, we will move forward with my officer report. My officer report is very short and sweet. I'd like to talk about only one thing, operating procedure task force that has been in some active run for a couple of weeks now. At this point, we were about trying to present the documents on 26th, but we completely forgot that there is no meeting then. So we will be presenting it on 3rd December. But for all of those who wish to have a look over at the documentation before the meeting itself and have some idea of what changes we are trying to implement and bring, feel free to contact any one of us, Tyler, me, Emily, or Abigail. We usually do our meetings on Mondays and Fridays. So if there are some days where any of the senators would like to provide or view some input towards it, feel free to contact any one of us. That being said, have any question from any of the senators? All right, seeing none, we just move forward with our senator report. First of all, Senator Stokes.
Great, thank you. Hello and good afternoon, people of the Senate. I am Senator Stokes, if we haven't been introduced. Today I'll be discussing my senatorial projects. Now, I don't have much time, as has been mentioned frequently, so I will discuss this as quick as I can. I have a lot to talk about. First of all, other senator projects that I have been attached to, such as the recent success of the AED project and Senator Ide's Data Center project, both are going unbelievably well or have succeeded, but I would like to talk today primarily about my focus, which has been spearheading the Mankato Tenant Association project. I realize that those who have attended the Senate meetings have heard this topic discussed lightly, but may not be fully informed about what the project is tasked with providing. I will first briefly relate and describe why these tenant associations are so valuable to our community. Earlier this semester, we were all able to view the results of this off-campus survey provided by the Senate, to which we saw a significant disdain for some of our students' living conditions. That is why we have brought up the topic of tenant associations. Now, a tenant association is a legally recognized form of unionizing within a given property. These associations are built to increase reliability and dependability between tenants and their property managers, landlords, property managers, and such. This is very important for these given properties in our community that have continuous and complex issues that are relayed to us by students and are constantly reported. So accountability within these properties will be increased and furthermore, much more well managed. Additionally, a tenant association is very valuable to properties that are managed quite well, such as Union Square, U Square, because they provide a much more complex and easily accessible form of communicating between these property managers and tenants. Now, it may seem as though that a tenant association seems unnecessary at these times for these well-managed properties, but I think just the opposite. If we are able to form a successful tenant association in these given properties with good standings and good property managers and good communication, then it will be easier to eventually move up to the ranks of the more difficult and poorly managed properties. This project is being spearheaded by myself and heavily assisted by Senator Zone, with some additional assistance provided by Senator Hilka and Wickersham. I have been in contact with a nonprofit titled Homeline, which have provided legal advice along with formatting for these tenant associations. Promotional material has been created, being a flyer, which inlines a survey to both gauge issues and further interest with these tenant associations. We also have now created pamphlets and guides on how to form these tenant associations, which will soon be provided to the student body. Tabling for tenant associations will begin immediately on the week following Thanksgiving break, and we hope to continue for at least 1 month continuously within the week at being at least one time. I have just begun contact with the chairman of the DFL Party of Minnesota as to hope of gaining resources and further funding sponsored by this party's interest. We have our sights on forming the first tenant association within either U Square or College Station after communicating with their property managers who are very receptive to this idea. Once we form here, we plan on by the end of the school year forming our first more difficult tenant association at Highland, who has had continuous reports of neglect and property manager abuse. Anyway, that is my time, and thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Do we have any question for Senator Stokes? Any questions? Yes, Senator Nguyen.
So how does your like association, how is it organized? Who's leading it, and like how do you who's going to be in charge of negotiating on your behalf?
That is a great question. So my job and Senator Zone's job at the moment is to help these tenant associations be formed in our community. Because once they are formed, they run by themselves. A tenant association is comprised of 3 members, that being a secretary, a president, and a treasurer. Once those are appointed, they do have to be residing in the building. So our goal is to help these tenant associations get off the ground with funding provided by us and the DFL party, and hopefully the school as a resource. And we aim to really make sure that our students and the people of the greater Mankato area have a good living conditions. How it is run is internally a once monthly appearance by a property manager or landlord is required by the state law to appeal and receive information and communication by these tenant associations, spearheaded by the 3 individuals I mentioned prior.
Thank you. Senator Knauer?
Given the nature of our community, most like myself, I switched locations of like housing a lot. How do you propose that the person that's contacting, like transitioning, like with tenants of the association, how do you propose like making that transition easy?
Yeah, so that is one of the main goals of me as a personal senator. For this year, I aim on really setting up either a task force or just as individuals the ability to help create these tenant associations. We are looking primarily at the very impassioned youth within our community who feel that they have either been disserviced or really want to communicate further with these property managers. Those are the people that our community completely rely on, and once those people feel as though they have a platform to speak, I do believe they will continue their residence there. Furthermore, tenant associations are a form of unionizing as recognized by the Minnesota state government. So they are subject to small compensation through tenant dues and union fees, which is furthermore an incentive to these people to continue doing their good work.
All right. Yes, Senator.
As you just mentioned that they're subject to kind of fees and that kind of stuff, does that mean that there will be an increase in renters' rent to pay for these fees?
The fees would be at most $3 to $5. And it would be a separate fee, not tacked onto rent. It would be a separate
per tenant.
It would be separate per tenant, and it would probably be charged once yearly as a $25 to $40 fee.
Senator Stokes, I do have a question.
Yes.
So after my question is done, Senator Hyde might ask. So how does the senator recommend the choosing or allocation of all these tenant association people is chosen? And if in case all the people who are living in the apartment building do not approve of the representation by the single individual person or?
It is election-based, as provided by the nonprofit I have been working with, Homeline. They have provided a lot of information on how to maintain that properly. They have, I believe, assisted with 120-something tenant associations in Minnesota alone. So they will be a very valuable resource to me. I personally cannot answer on to how the election is personally run, but if you would like more information, I can provide that shortly.
Okay, that sounds good. Senator Hyde.
Point of clarification, would the dues be similar to like a union due that you would have for
It
like
is
working?
under state law as a union due.
Okay.
Also for further development, if a party sponsor and or a government sponsor is associated with the Mankato associations as a whole, we would be able to slightly halt those dues in some percentage. Thank you.
One last question.
No problem.
Do these tenant association people get paid for what they do, or is it something that they
Yes, yeah, if you are talking about the three primary members, the president, the secretary, and the treasurer would be able to have a small bit of compensation from the union dues paid. I, at the moment, do not know what the percentage is, but I, again, can provide that information later. It is just incentive for them to do their good work. It is, from my research, depending on the tenant's size in a given property, around 7 to 10 to 12 hours of work per week.
Given that mostly the international students are the people who are living outside of campus on all these buildings, and the clause that they get, all the people in tenant association, the 3 members get paid. And the law that does not allow any international student to earn outside money from the university would make it appear that none of the international students would actually be able to apply and represent the students needed as well.
Okay.
So
I will take that into consideration and try to assist international students where I can. If further needed, a resolution to have some correlation with this school to assist off-campus international students with these tenant associations might be further necessary.
good. Final question, Senator Hilliger.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So you've talked a bit about the formation of the tenant associations, but I was under the impression that the tenant associations themselves established their own constitutions and bylaws, whereas information like that would be included in that. Is there some document that has requirements for tenant association constitutions that you could provide to people that are interested?
Yes, there is currently, I can not quote the exact state statutes, but there is currently a guideline as provided by the Minnesota State statutes and bylaws outlining necessities for a tenant association. In addition, there are many other foundations devoted to giving further information. I would also, as a part of this launching of these tenant associations, help create the Constitution in no personal way.
All right, thank you so much. Do we have any other questions? Yes, Senator Owen.
Do you expect any like pushback from like the tenants? I mean the landlords, would they be try to think against it?
Pushback from the landlords could be expected, but that is only in properties that the landlords are personally managing in a way that tenants receive hostily. If these tenant associations are formed as formed for the means of hostility against these property managers, I can foresee property managers pursuing legal action to make tenant associations less practical for their individual property. But as we have said, we are starting with U Square and College Station, as they have great rapport with their property managers, and if we can provide information to this community that a tenant association is successful, I believe there will be less pushback in the future.
All right, thank you so much. Please give him a big round of applause for We're going to move forward with Senator Hilliger. Oh no, actually Senator Hillstead. I'm so sorry.
Hey all, hope everything is well with you. Today I want to start off by apologizing with my absences. I've been dealing with a lot of personal conflicts, both with school and clubs, and also dealing with an issue that has affected my whole family. I'm also attending to my grandma, who lives in Apple Valley, Minnesota, who's dealing with some health difficulties, so that's why I've been pretty absent. But with that, my senator project with Senator Zelmer on electric micromobility vehicles has pretty much come to a standstill with the university as of right now. We aren't able to execute the plans unless we get state funding or funding that does not come directly from students' tuition. So we are currently trying to gain access to the project request form. As of right now, it's only accessible for faculty members, so we can't really submit a project request to put that on a docket for a 10 or 15-year plan. With that, I'm gonna try to lobby and set up meetings with both Senator Frentz and Representative Frederick, who represent us in our state house and state legislator, to help author a bill for hopefully funding and continuing research on grants that we could possibly get to help assist with that. I also have joined the data center task force, and yes, I've not been active on it as much as I want to be, but I will be able to help on it from here on out, hopefully. So. But from here on out, I should be more attentive to student government issues as well as the issues will slowly subside. And so I just want to truly appreciate not only the people in the Senate, but the gallery and the cabinet for taking all your care and reaching out and asking if any help is needed and if they're just the way that you guys address the problems that I've had. Another thing I'd like to do is promote an event hosted by another of our RSOs, Turning Point, next Monday at the 24th at 6:30 p.m. in Morris Hall 112. We are hosting a roundtable where we will be discussing the topics of the H-1B visas and immigration. This will be private and safety is our #1 priority, so if this does get out of hand, we do have a plan of action for it. Lastly, I just want to apologize once again for my absences, and I truly care about y'all. And I know the cliche statement states that life isn't fair, and life has been unfair to me lately and has hit me like a freight train. So once again, I apologize for my lack of attendance, and I should be more attentive from here on out. With that, yield to questions.
Thank you so much. I hope everything gets better. Senator Hylika.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd just like to make mention that the university itself is currently undergoing a lot of different changes in the processes for requesting projects like that. For instance, the Space Management Committee was approved, I believe, last year and is now, they're developing a plan for how the Space Management Committee would go about these project requests that are projects that are above $1,000. I could put you in contact with some people from that committee that you could maybe reach out to. One thing that we discussed in our last meeting was having students be in connection with faculty sponsors for their project requests instead of having students themselves gain access to the project request form. So I was just wondering, have you guys considered having any faculty members sponsor your request?
We've kind of considered it. I mean, I could talk to the different construction management professors on it. The hardest push, I think, is that with specifically around who's paying for it, they would want to use it as a revenue stream. So I'm trying to get it to see that if you want to make revenue off this, then you shouldn't be charging students to build it in the first place. It should be more like a parking lot where you charge students for parking passes and then put that into a fund to rebuild the parking lot later. So that's kind of the hardest push around it. I can talk to different construction managers. I'm sure that they'll be more on board with it.
Any more questions? All right, seeing no more questions, we will move forward with Senator Hyber.
Awesome. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to stand. I get nervous when I sit. I start slouching. I'm going to be under the table before we know it, so I am going to stand.
Own it.
So, yeah, my name is Chase Hyber. Some of you might better remember me, the guy who wore a beer shirt on the day we were supposed to dress formally. That's on me. I had turned 21 the previous weekend, and I was still hungover. So, on to humanities. So I'm a senator for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. I'll go quick, I promise, and we can go on to the next slide. So, if you need help with your senator project, reach out to me. I'll be happy to direct you to Macy and Tyler. I have their contacts, I think. It's just a joke. They're involved in everything. My limited experiences are in public relations, social media management, and networking. Anything that involves that, I'm happy to throw my hat into that ring. My main interest lies in making sure the average Mankato student is represented in everything we do. So you can, yep. Okay, so my senator project. I'm the liaison to Social Work 446. That's organizations and community practice, which is mostly seniors. And they're all, trying to make their communities a better place. So the issues these seniors have identified in our school are numerous. I'm not going to list them all here, but I do plan to kind of put together some resolutions, work with some different committees to kind of put forward some stuff to tackle some of the issues they've brought up. But more importantly, there is a big issue I need your help with. People don't know us. That's the issue. A continued theme from my conversations with these students who are seniors, right, been here for 4 years, is that the student government to them is unknown. And if we are known, they think we're useless. And even more than that, they think we're for the administration, not the students, right? We're just the mouthpiece of the administrations to students. Or it was, I thought this was pretty funny. Some people think we're politics club. We're like, some kind of Turning Point USA on campus. And we're not. And this isn't just reflected in this one class. You can go to the next slide. We're not visible enough. In the 2025 campus election, we had 984 people who opened the link to vote. By my estimation, only 567 of those actually clicked boxes and voted. We're a school of 14,000 students. That means at best, 7% of our student body voted. At worst, 4%. In that same election, we had 13 vacancies after the election. Vacancies, right? I don't know if you guys watch many news channels about elections. Usually there's more people trying to fight to get in than so they're not trying to draw people in. So you could go to the next slide. We can't force people to care. We can't force people to follow our Instagram, our TikTok. No matter what awesome bomb new trend we hit on TikTok, it's not going to bring any people in, right? We can't force them to read the newspaper. We need to find a way to let the people know that we're here representing them, that we're useful, that we're for the students against the administration when necessary, or for the students with the administration. We're a nonpartisan group of people whose sole focus and only focus is the students of Mankato that we're oathed to. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if students don't think student government is on their side, they don't look into student government. If they don't look into student government, they don't see all it is we do to help them, so then they conclude we're not on their side. It kind of wraps around there. I think that's my, you can go to the next slide. That's just kind of my closing thoughts there. I need your help. If you have any workable solutions in the coming weeks, anything comes up in your mind, come to me, let's talk. Even if you just want to discuss, you think maybe you just have some stuff you can bounce off of me, message me. I often feel the best ideas come up, not in just throwing a solution at the wall, but in discussions, in brainstorms. Thank you for the discussions. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for laughing with me a little bit. That helps makes it easier to stand up here. And thank you very much. I'm open for any questions.
Thank you so much. Senator Knauer.
One thing I would look at is how many people are actually involved on campus. And then try to target those people, because the people that aren't part of any organizations aren't gonna actually do any change. They're just here to get a degree and get out of the door. So if we could somehow get information on how many people are in RSOs, are active in RSOs and stuff like that, and then get a number on those, and then somehow market student government to those people that are involved, then I feel like we would have a lot better of a chance, because the people that aren't really part of RSOs aren't really being attracted to student government.
Right. And the only thing I'd say to counter that is we're not just student government for the people that are in RSOs and are involved. We're student government also for the people who are just trying to get their degree. We're helping all of them. So finding a way to reach out to these people as well, even if they are not involved in campus as much, we're still trying to do things to help them as well. So they should still, for me, when I see somebody helping me, that makes me want to be involved, help them, or at least, recognize them for helping us. So I think as long as we're helping everybody, everybody should want to see us, be involved, appreciate us, as we appreciate them.
Thank you. Senator Hiluga, followed by Senator Nguyen, followed by Senator Ide, and followed by Senator Albart.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So with your being a liaison to the social work class, do you know if there's anything in the works to have more student government people come and attend anything for this class? Or is there any conversations about having members of this class come and attend any Senate meetings that we should be aware of?
Yeah, so I've been working, really just doing a bunch of roundtables. I don't want to, I feel like it's very more confrontational to have a bunch of people. So I've just been letting them hurl their issues with the school at me. I'm just holding up the little shield. No, that they've brought up really good things, and I've told them to be very honest. I'm not just looking for oh, you guys are doing a great job, and then just move on with my day. I'm looking for that real criticism, and I have a whole notebook full of good stuff that they've brought up. I do encourage them to come to meetings. A lot of them are seniors. Their schedule's packed. When they're not here, they're working. When they're not working, they're doing homework, right? But I continue to encourage them to join our Zoom. The YouTube link that I just learned about exists. That's another thing I'm gonna start pushing to them.
Thank you. Senator Hyde?
Yes, I just wanted to say, that was a very, very informational speech. You did a great job. Don't worry about being nervous. But if I could give a small word of advice, I would say, kind of mirroring Jack, but target people early. Last year, I got into student government I was just one night randomly at Chet's, 11:45, and I was ordering food and I was mentioning to my buddy, hey, I want to find a leadership opportunity. And Charles was in front of me in the line and said, hey, you should join student government. Look where I am now. So I would say that a good way to get into that is just find people who in the maybe first year students, freshmen that are looking for things to do, but maybe don't have a way to go about it. Maybe reach out to RHA, that's my go-to strategy. But other than that, just like maybe going to the dining hall and doing tabling there and mentioning that. I don't know if we've ever really done the dining hall tabling, have we? But just things like that where you can target those freshman students and get the seed planted early, because people who are, I would say people who are juniors or seniors might just say, I don't know about this. I'm already close to graduating.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point, and I do think it's another hurdle to get over is I think a lot of freshmen look at student government as like a thing for upperclassmen, right? Where I joined at the end of my freshman year. Obviously, there's a lot of us in here who joined as freshmen or as sophomores. It is for everybody, and we try to represent everybody. So that is good advice.
All right, given the constraint of the time, I'd advise us to keep the questions and answered super short and not lengthy, please.
Yeah.
Senator Nguyen.
So I kind of want to follow what Trent is saying. I think if you're able to be more personal with it, it will be more effective. So I think one of my ideas would be if you can get some professor to allow you maybe 5 minutes after class, you can come in and kind of give a little speech about what it is and what you're trying to do, or maybe some stuff about RSOs where you can kind of just join them maybe afterwards to kind of talk a little bit about it. I think that might help.
Yeah, and this is this isn't just a me thing. This is an everybody thing. If you guys are in any classes where it's leadership is all going to this class, encourage them to join student government. Talk to that professor, get 5 minutes at the end of class to be like, hey guys, listen, we're all interested in this subject. Join student government, fight for that subject, fight for whatever, right? This isn't just a me thing. I can't be everywhere. I'd love a little projector of me to, walk around, a little duo, but no, it's just me. So, take a little bit onto yourself to look for those places where you guys can do that as well.
Thank you. For all the senators who have their placard raised right now, is it a question or is it a recommendation that you guys would like to push forward?
Kind of like a question.
Okay. Yeah. Senator Albert.
My main thing was, have we ever tried doing a social thing? For example, hot chocolate, and then people could come in and chat with us and we could really organize something where the students get to engage by just kind of coming and going as they please. That way they'd get to know us as faces, and then we could also educate them about what we do, who we represent.
Yeah, no, that's a good suggestion. I think it's tough. I think it's a lot of freshmen at those kind of events, which is good. We talked about earlier, we need freshmen, that's a very opening week type of thing. And I would wonder, because what are we gonna do? We're gonna post on Instagram, and only the people who already follow our Instagram are gonna go. Those are the people who already care about student government, right? We need to we already have this crew who follows us. We need this crew who doesn't follow us and doesn't care about what we do. Right? It's tough to find something that applies to them, but that's what I'm trying to push for.
Thank you. Senator Hiluka, our final question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So you mentioned this wondrous notebook full of student concerns. Yes. Is there a spot where I can access something like that, or could you compile a document to share with the rest of the Senate?
I'm definitely still pruning, the ideas and trying to put them together when applicable. I still have more stuff planned for this semester to meet with them. And I do kind of just want to have I want it to be powerful before I put it out, I want everybody to be fully realized in what they tell me, put in there, So that'll come soon, coming soon.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. Please give him a big round. All right, we have only two Senate reports left. Senator Nguyen and Senator Liu, but given the time constraint, it's 4:50 already. So let's try to wrap this as quick as possible. If we hit the time marker before that, then we will just table it. Yes, Senator.
Motion, if the two senators are all right with it, motion to table the last two reports.
Seconds?
Second.
Dissent? All right, seeing no dissent, we'll just move forward and then proceed with it. All those in favor of tabling this, please raise your black card. All those who disagree? All right, let's just begin with our roll call and then.
Oh, don't we have to go over vacancies?
Okay, I'll just announce the vacancies. So, for today, up until now, we have 7 vacancies left. 3 of them are Senator College of Allied Health and Nursing. 1 is Senator College of Business. 1 is Senator Graduate Study Senator. 1 is Senator Residential Life, and 1 is Senator College of Humanities and Social Science. For Senator College of Humanities and Social Science, the position is available to apply only after December 3rd. Yes, Senator.
Do we have anybody here for that? Because if they're here for it, we might.
So we were supposed to have someone here, but they weren't able to make it. And also, we don't have a lot of time, so we will be moving that towards the next meeting as well. Okay. For any announcements, do we have any announcements? Yes, Senator. Yes.
Okay. Quick announcement. If you do need a ride to the Dome, I have a three-row seat car totaling 8 seats. So if you need me outside the Dome office, I could drive anybody. And then, oh yeah, it's a big one. Anyways, additionally, for some quick announcements, serious announcements for my project. On Monday, November 17th, it was announced that one of the companies behind the data center construction has pulled out of their development. This is a great first step and a sign that our efforts are not a road to nowhere, but a path that ensures access to clean, affordable water. Furthermore, I and other senators and the coordinators attended the North Mankato City Council on our own time and discussed some very helpful ways to communicate in the future. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. President.
Okay, to make it really quick, we have coffee and conversations with the academic provost next week. Our academic affairs coordinator, Zuhail Leon, is doing a really good job managing it. So we'll have it happen on 2 p.m. next Monday on November 24th. So please go over, and it's over library, and we should be good to go.
All right, thank you so much. Is there anyone left for announcements? Yes, Senator.
Okay, the American Red Cross Club here on campus is holding a blood drive on December 4th. If you're interested in donating, please see me after this.
Thank you so much. No more announcements? Okay, thank you. So we move forward with our roll call. Senator Hyber? Senator Kabad? Senator Dietrich? Thank you. Senator Morris?
Here.
Senator Reyes? Senator Nguyen? Senator Anderson? Senator Zelmer? Senator Cummings? Senator Ide?
Here.
Senator Heluka?
Here.
Senator Isaac? Senator Knauer?
Here.
Senator Johnson? Senator Atkinson? Senator Stokes?
Yeah.
Senator Hillstead?
Present.
Senator Schoen? Senator Liu? Senator Frost?
Here.
Senator Wickersham? Senator Aubart? Senator Nguyen? Vice President Kafli, President Colleran, and Speaker Taba. Thank you so much, everyone. It is 4:54 p.m. and I call this meeting officially adjourned.
Can we all answer attendance?
I could have called like a lot of order there. Please, let's get this done. Oh my gosh, that was. I could see. Cyber, just get over here. Oh my gosh.
I'll be right over.
Oh, good.
He's gonna get his picture.
I need my
He's
picture.
still having. I am not, don't do it in here, don't send him a picture,
Okay.
people post whatever picture you send. To the Eidmobile, to the Eidmobile, Senator On Monday. No, every other Monday. But if I do end up going to North
Guys, I am
Mankato
so
State Council,
sweaty.
and I'll be on Mondays, so it would be every
I
Monday.
can't.
If you're offering Ryan, we're going.
I am so sweaty. I will say. And when I didn't have an answer, I laughed.
Minnesota even better.
Well, that's- see, that's what I would've done.
I didn't like on that. I was just swapping. Yeah.
I got the hooks and the straps.
So that I didn't have to pay. She's gonna notice.
Trent, how many seats do you have left open?
What the hell?
I need my photo taken too.
You called us out like that, it was beautifully done.
We need a guide of. Chase, are you? Is the last name in?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was a long lasting one.
I just got my picture for 21 now. I just did that.
21.
Today.